Alright, hello everybody. Sorry for some of those little issues. The 144p thing just happened because I had my attention turned away as the match between Kickin and Shroom is actually happening now. And additionally, yeah, it was just set to my desktop sound and as I was trying to get back into the game. So sorry about that. I guess that last episode of Astartes kind of messed up a little bit. But, you know what? We've got the real thing that you all actually came here for, which is... which is this game between Shroom and Kickin, already well underway at this point. 500 victory points to 424. Shroom, definitely in the lead at the moment, has control of most of the map. Kickin's guardsmen at the moment having a little bit of trouble handling, you know, just all these chaos out of Shroom. Raptors jumping in, but they will eventually have to retreat, being focused down a little bit by those Catachan Devils. Sentinels will decide to harass the Chaos Space Marines. Chaos Space Marines might pay for this power node with one of their models. Going to be real lucky if they get out of here without one, and they are not going to be so lucky. Oh, a little bit of lag right there. Okay, it's a rough start for Kickin. Triple cap against him. Map is painted blue by Shri. Oh god, Doombolt's going to go in on the Catachan Devils. Another set of Doombolts going in on the Catachan Devils. I don't even think... Yeah, they're not even going to finish that cap. Just way too much damage going in on them. And that's rough, because I guess to cap, like, Kickin needs to put a unit on a point, but he's just taken so much of that Doombolt's damage. Another set of Doombolt's going to come in any second now. Raptor's going to go in to confirm those Doombolts. No, not even going to bother. I thought it was going to be Doombolts connected with the suppression from the Raptors. Okay, Doombolts go in. Oh, he wants the Catachan Devils off the field because that clears the way for the Raptors. Catachan Devils are so low that the Raptors can actually take them in melee. Oh my god, these Catachan Devils. Alright, I think they will get out alive. Oh, they're actually... No, they might not, and they don't. Oh my god. Guardsmen don't get alive. Oh god. This quickly went south for Kickin. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, that is a fast game one. Alright, so Calderis Refinery. I do think that at the very least this will be a longer game than the last one, although I'm sure that's a pretty safe bet.
I think so too.
Alright, so
we'll see what Shroom does in the DA discussion.
We're just going to take a look right here. We do see Shri or Shroom on that Warlock melee hero who can either become a spellcaster or a tank. Kickin going to be playing that Force Commander. Mostly a tank, but we've also seen... Oh no. He's complaining about lag again. So here's our oof moment. Even Shroom coming in with that oof, so I don't know if we're going to be continuing on with this game. We waited for a while. I accidentally gave Kickin a game for some reason, so let's fix that. He does not have a game. There we go. Whether this series does end up going on or not.
I postponed my snack for this. I hope it goes on. We'll see.
He says it's stuttering. So once again, we're going to see the second Dire Avenger build coming out of, well, Shroom as well as other Eldar players today, double Dire Avengers.
And Kickin not getting a second squad so far, so maybe rushing ASM or Devastators. Probably not Devastators because they're not that good.
Yeah, certainly by now, if he doesn't have a second scout, it's indicating that he probably doesn't even want to get it, and we'll be looking. Okay, I'm wrong, and he does finally get the second scout squad. I guess he really just wanted to prioritize getting the power node down first rather than getting the scout squad out on the field. In the end, I do honestly like it better. 1v1, I honestly think double scout is the way to go.
If you have good micro.
Ah, yes, but this is Division A, so we are going to see some high-level micro out of Kickin. I mean, he's microing so much. He's microing all over the map, and forcing Shroom off the field. Scouts now potentially in a bad position, though. Could find themselves in the retreat path of Howling Banshees. Howling Banshees actually choosing instead to focus on the Force Commander. They will get knocked down by Battlecry.
Decent specials.
Yeah, but that double Dire Avengers does make it quite a bit easier to focus down the Force Commander than if you did just have the single one. However, there's a lot of pressure on those Dire Avengers now.
Meanwhile, the Warlock is getting caps though, so I'm not quite sure who this is gonna favor. I think it still slightly favors Kickin.
Absolutely, I very much think so too.
Reinforcements.
Yeah, he's inflicting the bleed. The Warlock will probably not inflict any bleed in return. At most, one scout model, but I think Kickin's on top of that because he's using his high-level micro to get the scouts out of there.
I think more and more players are really starting to group their squads together in Tier 1 just to make sure they have favorable engagements.
Yeah, and I think the way Kickin played, he also did prioritize actually fighting against Shroom with his commander, whereas Shroom did not have his commander, and that did allow him to kind of win those fights, and is enabling him to get a lot of victory point pressure. Although he didn't bother to capture much of the map on this side, on the left side of the map, that is.
Shroom going for a third generator now. Pretty greedy, but he does have his Guardian weapon team now though. He's
Yeah.
gonna be able to alleviate a lot of the pressure. That being said, Kickin going for ASM now.
Yeah, I think for Shroom at this point, I think he's probably done with his Tier 1 army and is getting down that generator because I think he's gonna be looking to get to Tier 2 next. Whereas Kickin obviously still needs to get the ASM out on the field, and the generators are coming after those. That ASM is already queued up.
The foe seeks to deprive us of a vital resource point.
So finally, Shroom looking to get a double cap might finally get some victory point pressure in his favor.
Yeah, he's already quite far behind. But his economy is looking pretty good though. More generators as well as a bit more of the rec income. Even has a fully matured acquisition point.
So you see,
side of the mid-TP.
Banshees are approaching scouts. Oh, attempted to use a grenade, but the model got knocked over. That did not work out in his favor. And it's just going to have to retreat those scouts out of there. That was pretty rough, pretty unlucky.
But when you deal with grenade cheese is just pray to RNGs.
Let me just check something real quick here. Oh, all right. Looks like your volume is still up high, even though your voice is very soft. But, oh, here is an upgrade coming out of the Warlock. He will be going for the Merciless Witchblade.
As you said before, very good for the energy drain against ASM.
Yeah. So double Dire
Pretty good
Avengers.
against the scouts as well, if you can get into range, but that's a bit more uncommon.
So double Dire Avengers did focus down the Force Commander a little bit. Eventually does get into melee, and with the support of the Assault Marines, going to jump in again.
Ooh, big jump.
Okay, we're going to see counter initiation from the Warlock as well as the Banshees.
Guardian's dropping really low.
Yeah, so one of those Guardians got to get out of there. For the Emperor was put on the Assault Marines. Assault Marines lucky to get out of there without losing a model.
This could be a bash here. He can get his...
Scouts are here to slow it down. But Merciless Witchblade on the Warlock is going to make things quite a bit harder.
Has the Champion's robe now as well, so he's really tanky.
Yes, yes. Actually, I did mention to include that too. Yeah, the Champion's robe going to make him a lot tankier. I think it also, if I remember correctly, I think it protects him from weapon knockback as well.
Yep. Only the Tech Marine's shield doesn't. So he's gonna get a single generator and the node, most likely.
Not bad. And he used the Warlock to just kind of buy some time. Okay, looks like, I was going to say, look for an engagement. Distortion field on the Banshees.
He's Gonna say that's a bit optimistic.
Yeah,
From the bleed, so that's nice.
and I think Distortion Field also came a little bit late.
Economy-wise, they're still pretty even, though.
Yeah, going to
Hitting
tier 2 at
tier
nearly
all
even
at the
times.
same time.
Energy shield set up in the middle, but ASM jump right on it, and Banshee's not even in there to counter initiate. Grenade is dodged.
Have to be very careful though. They're really low on HP, and ASM are expensive to reinforce.
Yeah, without the Banshees, I still think he ultimately wins this engagement. Kickin, that is. Yeah, because he had both attacks as well as the Force Commander, and they were attempting to tie up the Dire Avengers, so it was going to be a one engagement for him.
Didn't even lose a model on the ASM.
Yeah, that's pretty lucky, actually. Oh, but he's jumping in!
This is some massive balls. Is it gonna pay off? Looks like it.
He loses a model, but he also forces the Banshees off, which...
He gets 3 models as well. I think that's a decent trade.
Yeah, when I saw those Assault Marines jump, I thought he was going to jump out. Like, just to safety.
Ooh, instant Thunder Hammer on Kickin.
Now,
Doesn't
Kickin
want
was
to
being...
take any of the Banshee shit.
Yeah, Kickin was being very aggressive there, but he actually did not capture the middle victory point, so he wasn't really exerting any victory point pressure with all that aggression. So there is that Thunderhammer coming in.
It's gonna help against the Banshees, but I feel like the Banshees, now that we've hit tier 2, are gonna have to play a little bit more conservatively anyway. Gonna wanna have them close to your range squads, so you can counter-initiate on the ASM.
Grenade kind of winning on the Guardian weapon team. Didn't score a huge hit. And here comes that Falcon out of Shroom. Wonder if we will see a Razorback out of Kickin. Just at this point, that's kind of what I expect out of, you know, some of these players with high level micro in Division A when playing Space Marines.
Could definitely be big. Could also see another power bash here potentially.
Certainly positioning for it, but I think the positioning is not fully there from Shri or Shroom. Assault Marine's going to be looking to jump.
Position.
Okay, I think... Oh, I thought he was going to commit to maybe killing one of the generators, but it looks like he wants to still commit to the fight. Banshees are trying to kite around the Force Commander
until the Falcon arrives.
That makes sense too. Falcon is on its way. Alright, Kickin ultimately able to win this engagement, but we do see your prediction kind of right, where he's microing the Banshees around until the Falcon could get in here. Now the Falcon is just about here. Warlock's kind of in trouble, though. I think he goes down. Indeed, he does.
Instant kill. That's a shame. These specials from the Thunderhammer are really lethal.
Oh, but can he trade it out? Actually, I don't think the Force Commander goes down here. No, he doesn't go down. However, so Shroom loses his commander, but he is able to keep up the power disruption. It could eventually trade out in his favor.
I think for sure, because it's so hard for Kickin to push into this with the Falcon. He's gonna get a Devastator Plasma Cannon, which is very good against this army from Shri, but at the same time it's still gonna be very hard to push into this power plant. Especially with the energy shield and the instant reinforcements from the Mekboy gate.
Yeah, the Plasma Devastators, that is definitely a very interesting one, where it's like, I'm not 100% sure about this one. Look at this melee fight between the Guardian weapon team and the Scouts, taking forever because both of these do hardly any damage in melee.
Yep. We see the Force Commander just trying to run in and not really being able to.
Plasma Devastator does like no damage to Dire Avengers because they were behind an energy shield. This time they just run out of there, though, because the energy shield is dead.
I wonder if Tree just goes tier 3. He has the power.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Warlock is so tanky, he's able to just run in there. So that's most of the answer to the Falcon being tied up. This is... I don't think this is looking good for Shroom. Or, sorry, I mean for Kickin, actually.
Yep. It's very difficult. Banshee's getting quite low. Reinforcements on the go do help, but
oh, wow,
it's
the
not
Banshees...
enough.
The Banshees get wiped. That's a little bit of a misplay from Shri. I mean, part of the whole point of the Falcon is that if the Banshees are really in trouble, of course they can reinforce, but more importantly, they can just get inside. Not quite sure what happened there.
He was so close to getting off the reinforcement. Not quite.
Yeah, I think they just needed to go inside. And it does look
We're gonna see a base lock in Division A.
I don't know. I mean, it's not too hard of a base lock.
That's true.
And I think taking care of the Banshees, that helps a lot for Kickin.
I wonder if Tree is just gonna get another squad, or maybe straight into something like the Seer Council.
Seer Council would be a nice replacement for the Banshees, which are already doing pretty well. Except in that last engagement where they died kind of unnecessarily. Man.
Yep, very unfortunate. Not the risk he needed to take, I think.
Shroom just kind of waiting for Kickin to make his move.
Yeah, why not? He almost has the triple cap, which is almost unheard of on this map.
Sternguard Veterans actually being queued up.
Ooh.
The
Love
Emperor
seeing these
protects.
Plasma cannon shots do knockback, but no damage.
Yeah, they do no damage to the squad, but what they do is they do about 200 damage to the energy shield. So I think after 2 shots, the energy shield is basically gone.
Yep, looks like it's gonna go down now, and Shroom just retreating for now. Realizing that he has tier 3, so he's gonna get some powerful units soon, so wants to play according to his timings. Not sure if he retreated the wrong unit with the Guardian Weapon team. Looks like it.
Yeah, I mean, I think even more the concern there is that he probably did not need to retreat that unit at all. It's at full health. I really don't feel like it was under enough threat that it couldn't have just been backed up.
I think he wanted to retreat his commander, but then misclicked.
That makes sense. Because as it is, he still has the double cap.
Micro there.
Yes, where's the high level micro? Come on.
Still very solid position for Shroom though. Is he gonna get an avatar?
That's a good question. We already have some theories about that in the chat. Potential avatar, certainly with the amount of resources that Shri is saving up. But no, it's going to be the Seer Council.
Yeah, I think avatar is not even that great here. There is already quite a few units that feel... Oh, nice help.
That's... Even Shroom knows what happened. That's definitely not some high-level micro play right there.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with those P-devs. These P-devs not proving to be the purchase.
They're a disgrace to the Emperor.
Now, what are the scouts looking for? Are they looking for a back cap? Are they looking to bash generators? Kickin's got to make a move. He's running out of time.
Yeah, it's pointless to go for any kind of power bashes right now, because you know that Shroom has had power control for the entire game. The back cap is risky as well, though.
Nevertheless, he is attempting it while a fight breaks out in the middle.
Ooh,
big plasma cannon dev shot goes in. One of those squads of Dire Avengers potentially off the field. Seer Council will, however, be delivered in melee. Now they will not be. That is a melt-a-bomb. Warlock, though. Oh, no. Where's the high-level micro? Lost the P-devs.
I think he recognizes that if he retreats from this fight, he's probably gonna lose because of the cap.
Yeah, probably just gonna be the end of the game. I think it's the end of the game either way. Sternguard Veterans nearly dead. P-dev's gone. Grenades in retreat. Does get a single scout model. Warlock gets another one, as we see that Merciless Witchblade sync kill.
Yeah, this looks to be it.
Oh yeah, this is 100% the game.
That was a really nice power bash / takeover from Shroom. Really abusing the power of Eldai, just placing shields everywhere.
Oops, and it looks like I forgot to update the correct icon. Yes, finally, Adila does comment about how Kickin's Imperial Guard looking a little bit strange in this game. Wish someone had caught that a little bit sooner, but oh well. Of course, ideally it should have been me catching that. Game number 2, going to be going in favor of Shroom, so 2-0 lead. Longer game in that second one. Was looking close for a while, but eventually Shroom did run away with it.
Kickin is also in the double DA camp.
Yeah, as we just... I mean, it took a while for the game to finally get started. But anyway, here we go. Shroom on that Lictor Alpha. Kickin. Yes, once again on the double... Dire Avenger. Oh my god, wanted to say double Dawn of War. Hormagon's finished off, though. Oh no! Oh no! Shroom with a very nice sense of humor. Sound bug. Not an actual sound bug. But oh no, we had some comments, some rather jocular comments about the Shroom Lictor Alpha. And it's not going too well for Shroom at the moment, losing 2 Horma squads. I'm afraid that's not the high-level micro play.
I think it's
Bruce
fine.
Campbell.
He's just trying to reduce his upkeep.
Reduce his upkeep.
Is he even at 30? No, he's at 8.
Well, it might actually be Kickin forcing a game 4 here. Lictor Alpha will get into melee, though, but then just immediately has to retreat.
I mean, Shroom just wants to give us more games. This is for the boys.
Yeah, and if he wanted to give us more games, I think he's succeeding. He's losing his power. He's going to get some Raveners out on the field. Double Banshees from Kickin.
Yeah, why not? It's pretty good here. Even the Raveners can't do that much to Banshees.
Yeah, I mean, what can the Raveners do to Banshees? I mean, disrupt them once, but then you're actually in melee with Banshees and you don't want to be there.
I think they're fine once you get like 2 or multiple of them on top of some Thermagants that can slow, because then you can take them out before they even get close. But a single Ravener squad just doesn't do much. And they don't even do that well right now against the DAs.
Yeah, unfortunately we have no Termagants at all. Oh my god, is this going to be another squad of Hormagons killed? Alright, I don't think they die, but I don't think... Like, you know, although I have a history of calling things too early, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if Shroom can come back into this one. Double Howling Banshees. Kickin actually doesn't actually have his natural power. But he's dominating.
Oh
Another squad killed.
Oh, the Lictor is chasing DA. He's not gonna get it though. Disaster. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, good game on that one. We're going to have game 4 is going to be on Fedrid Folly. Shroom this time going to be playing on that destructive, tanky Chaos Lord that can walk through cover and cannot be suppressed. Kickin going to be playing that cheesy Lictor Alpha. Not going to be getting any cheesy kills on that Chaos Lord, though. Or so I'm saying right now. Maybe not.
Yep. And I think it's definitely an okay matchup for Chaos at the very start, because you deal with the Hormagants reasonably well. But I just wonder if Kickin is gonna go for Spore Mines just to voice off the Heretics.
Oh yeah, I've seen some pretty scary stuff with what Spore Mines can do to Heretics, although I think that was in a previous patch. I think that was made slightly a bit harder to achieve. Kickin actually going with the double Hormagants rather than the double Termagants. Very interesting to see that especially considering he'll be going into double heretics as well as the Chaos Lord. I usually think of the Termagants with crippling poison as a good way of controlling that Chaos Lord.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. But I think Kickin is a pretty good Nid player, so he probably has a plan. But I'm just too Division B to understand.
We'll see. He's definitely here in the quarterfinals of Div A. And I think he's the 3rd seed overall, which would also be kind of rough if he goes out like this to Shroom.
Your units fulfill your command.
We see the standard double heretic here for Shroom.
So not a whole lot of engaging going on at the moment.
Yeah, both players just content to get their points up. No notes for anyone yet.
Okay, will be a fight between the Heretics and the Hormagaunts. Hormagaunts do just decide to leave. No Doom Blast coming in at all, and I guess Shroom, maybe just knowing how that fight works out, did not have to Doom Blast and actually took 2 models off the Hormagaunts without losing one of his own. Chaos Space Marine's going to be putting in a lot of range damage. Hormagaunts will need to retreat. Lictor Alpha's looking for something, though. Going to be looking to tie up the Chaos Space Marines. See if he can maybe start bleeding a model off of them.
Really nice special. Usually when you get a special and things walk away, you miss. But he still got 2 models.
Oh, that's a nice special, though.
What a player. Just
And a Flesh Hook on the
attacks
CSM.
attacks the CSM to get the special on the Heretics. That's some high-level knife.
Alright, Termagants, though, going to be get force meleeed by the Chaos Space Marines. Heretics nearly wiped, but we'll get out with 2 models.
Ooh, look at this.
Ooh,
This
Warriors.
is open.
Now, if there's some good Tyranid bullshit, it is something like Warrior Leaps, messing people up. I do enjoy it.
Chaos Lord going balls deep. Oh, gets the special before they kill the weak. That's
A little bit
classic.
unfortunate.
I
So
think the moment you press kill the weak, your special chance increases.
That would be kind of rough and counterproductive. Heretic's going to be in a little bit of trouble, though. Yeah, Doom Blast. Oh, but they don't get the retreat path they wanted. He was hoping they would go around down the stairs. Yeah, ended up not being too bad for him.
Raptors out now for Shroom. It's interesting to get Raptors into Warriors, though. You would think that Warriors do reasonably well.
I'm not entirely sure how that works out. I think the Raptors do a bit more damage, but I think the Warriors are also a bit... Well, no, in Tier 1 they're actually not really tankier.
Quite cheap, though.
What's not cheap are these Tier 1 builds out of both of these players. Noise Marine's coming out for Shroom. Ravener's going to be coming out for Kickin. Big armies from both sides. Ooh, Chaos Space Marine's potentially in a little bit of trouble. I feel like 1 model here. Yeah, the Flesh Hook I knew was going to come in. And I think they get 1 model there. Yeah, there's no way that model makes it out. Three model Heretic squad on the other side, just looking for the victory point, but I think they will be eventually scared off by the Termagants. Meanwhile, fight going in on the left. This is not looking good for the Chaos Space Marines, though.
Heretics getting very low as well, but so are the Raveners.
I wonder if the Heretics get wiped here.
Only lost 1 Ravener for it so far, so I think that's fine. If you lose 2, it's a bit more debatable. It's worth it to wipe a non-aspiring champion Heretic squad. They're pretty cheap, and Raveners are quite expensive to reinforce.
Alright, Raptors will jump in on the Termagants. Heretics behind them actually just going to be looking for the victory point. Generator Bash will be started, but moves back pretty much as soon as he sees both the Warriors and the Hormagaunts approaching.
So huge fights in Tier 1. Now both players finally have their full power farms up. Looks like Kickin is a bit closer to his Tier 2, but it's overall fairly close.
And where is he going to move this Tyranid blob?
Looks like he wants the power too.
Yep, certainly moving in that direction, so we're just going to see if we see any kind of response out of Shroom. He is kind of split up, so I think the quickest approach would come out of his Noise Marines and the Raptors, but I think at least one generator, if not two, goes down before that happens. Yeah, it's not enough either, you're right.
He's not moving all of his squads, so it's most likely that this farm is just going to go down.
Yeah, I think this is the whole farm. Gonna start hitting those Hormagaunts with the dubstep, but it won't be enough. Hormagaunts retreat. Raptors are pretty screwed. I think they're gonna look for a jump out. Yeah, they will look for a jump out. And lucky to get out with all three models.
That's insane.
But it does mean that Shroom does lose the entire power farm. I'm pretty sure.
He did click up. He's not gonna have a lot to work with.
Actually turns his attention on the Heretics, maybe seeing if he could get a wipe there.
Kickin is floating really high though. He's at 150 power now.
And not fully committing to destroying the power farm.
You can't buy huge units in Tier 1. Kickin, click it.
Alright, Kickin is trying to finish it now.
Even with all of this bashing, it still doesn't matter if you don't click your stuff. There we go.
Yeah, Kickin finally starts tier 2.
So he's leading by so much, but he's still gonna struggle with Blood Letters or Blood Crusher, depending on what Shroom prefers.
Yeah, Shroom gets the tier 2 first, well ahead of him.
I think it's Blood Letters. Yep.
And will indeed be Bloodlighters. Good call. I was going to call Blood Crusher, but you are correct on this one. But Kickin definitely achieved, even though he clicked tier 2 pretty late, he achieved a lot with that last push. I mean, he has... Actually, maybe he didn't achieve that much. He certainly bashed the power, but it's actually Shroom who actually has the entire map. I was actually misreading my colors.
Oh. So this is very spooky for Kickin because he needs to split his army to get back the map, but at the same time, splitting his army is going to leave him really vulnerable. But he has to do it because he's just going to lose in VPs.
Yeah, the victory point pressure is on pretty hard. At the very least, yeah, I especially think at the very least, if he doesn't split his whole army up, I think he needs at least one unit to go and capture the side victory point. But instead, he's going to be going in for a fight. Double Hormagaunts are in, Capillary Tower's coming out. Lictor Alpha is not here for this fight. Warriors will be leaping in, and I think they do have their melee synapse.
Warriors getting quite low. Looks like they're gonna be able to get out with 2 models. Hormagaunts, 21 HP.
One squad went down there, and it was the Termagants, so no more Termagants for Kickin.
There is a Venom Brood out for Kickin as well. Not quite sure why. Maybe he expected a Blood Crusher?
Yeah, I mean, that's one thought to it, and then also you can just provide the range synapse to the Termagants if they were still alive, as well as the Raveners. Could have just been like an insurance plan. Yeah, I mean, that also plays more into the hands of the Bloodletters, where if they just jump on the Venom Brood, obviously they're not going to handle that very well.
So now Free has a really strong army up against Kickin.
Yeah, doesn't even seem to care that much about how much power bashing he took.
And it's also worth noting that all of these fights are without the Lictor Alpha because he has to get those VPs.
Yeah, Lictor Alpha's kind of been relegated to a capping unit. He at least has the victory points back, but all of the resource points are in favor of, are pretty much in favor of Shroom.
Yep. I was gonna say, where is the Blood Maul? Because
Oh my
there's
god,
such
look
a
at this.
huge melee blob.
Look at this. Building that shrine right in front of his base. This is some whiplash stuff. Not
Kickin
quite
did
as strong
get
as
back a
Whiplash,
lot of the
though.
map, but he's having a lot of trouble just dealing with this army from Shroom.
Yeah, kind of trades out the power for that. Gives up his own power. Did not even... I mean, he didn't even get the power points on the map. He did get 2 victory points, so he's trying to even that out since he's so far behind, but it's not looking good for Kickin.
He can keep up the VPs, he has a chance though. This army is not bad by any means, and he's gonna have enough power and wreck for another unit soon. But he's not out of this game by any stretch. It looks very difficult.
I think at some point, though, he needs to kind of get some decisive fight wins where he actually kills some squads.
That would definitely help. Lictor Alpha looking for trouble here. Doesn't have the energy for the side.
Yeah, so he's just going to straight up just start attacking. Does get a special, but he needs to be careful. Yeah, because if he stays in too long, he could actually risk dying.
Now an aspiring champion on the CSM as well. Didn't even have Eternal War yet.
No Eternal War on that squad at the moment, yeah. I don't know if he'll even get that anytime soon. Don't think it... Oh, and just kidding. Upgrades right there. I didn't have the squad selected. There's Eternal War. Alright, but map is very much in Shroom's favor. We have another Ravener squad out for Kickin. I guess just trying to...
Fine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just trying to double down on the Venom Brood purchase by trying to benefit from that range synapse.
And what else would you get? More melee?
I don't even know at this point.
Against Bloodletters doesn't seem too great, as chat pointed out. And also just getting more melee against...
Oh, man. They actually focus down those Bloodletters very quickly, but they will phase out into the warp and start getting some worship to restore their health a bit. And that's the Bloodlust Global. I think that pretty much... Oh, but the Chaos Lord goes down. Lictor Alpha went down at some point, too.
It looks like an okay fight, but now it's once again... It was a triple cap, now it's a double cap for Shroom. So if Shroom is fine with not decisively winning fights, he just needs to make sure that he doesn't lose the VPs. Because at this point, he has to play super desperately. He can't just sit out and wait for tech or anything. He has to win fights.
Bloodletters, why did they go back in? Okay, I think the Bloodletters will get out alive. Hormagaunts won't. I mean, even with Shroom losing his Chaos Lord, he's just bullying Kickin back into his base. Kickin can't get back out, which means that Shroom is just going to continue to apply the victory point pressure, with Kickin now down to less than 100.
Raptor is now even decapping the natural requisition point. This is a really rad map.
Slaughter activated on the Chaos Space Marines. How do they do against the Warriors once they do that?
I think they do okay against the Warriors, just not quite as good against the double Ravenize, providing ranged assistance.
Yeah. Heretics come in, though. Warriors actually in a huge amount of trouble, and they will get wiped. Even though that Warrior is still technically alive, it's going to die. Yep, there it is.
Big synapse explosion, so Ravenize go down as well, and that should be the finishing blow.
Yeah, that's definitely game. Kind of just waiting for Kickin to call it at this point. So Shroom will go up 3-1 in this series, unless he somehow intends to keep playing. But I don't really see. I don't really see that happening.
Yeah. At this point, maybe just be a pride thing to never give up. Maybe he already... No, I don't even know. Maybe he has a plan.
I don't think it matters if he has a plan.
Look at the Warhammer. Trying to dodge the melee attacks, but it doesn't work too well.
Special attack from the Chaos Lord. Yeah, that's it.
Still has a Venom Brute.
Alright, so the round of 4, just kidding, I mean the round of 8 for Elite League Division A is completed. So that means semifinals. Only 3 matches left in all of Elite League. 2 semifinals, and then the final.